I attended my dad's PhD when I was at the age of 7. And since then, I knew what my path to success looks like. But little did I know that it's not a linear path. Since growing up, I was always passionate about two things: how things work and education, learning. And that's why I came to engineering. That's why I came to AUS, and I was very lucky to join this great institute. And my story began in 2016, in fall 2016 to be exact, when I joined as an undergraduate mechanical engineer. Back then, things were different, although not too long ago, but things changed ever since. Once I joined, I set a path and a goal that I need to get a specific GPA. I want to do everything all around. And it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I graduated in 2020, the COVID year. I graduated with honors. And then I joined master's with Dr. Mamoun and Dr. Jardat. I was lucky to learn about autonomous navigation and transition from classical mechanical into more robotics, AI, and all that. So today's talk, today's theme in general is the path to success. I'm sure that most of us saw this schematic all over the internet, but we always think about it is that, yes, we have an end goal, we have a success point or a measure of success, and we know that it is non-linear. However, what we really not realize sometimes, although we believe in this picture, is that failure is part of the process. I didn't know this and I didn't believe in it. I knew it was difficult, but I thought that failure is not allowed until I started working out. That's when I learned a very nice statement, which is train till failure. And I'm sure some of our gym rats, gym friends all over the place here, I hope you guys work out. Okay, this is a piece of advice I like to give everyone. I spent a lot of time running after the GPA and I neglected my health. So put in some minutes, okay? So train till failure. In order to grow strong, you need to break down the weak part of yourself. So if you want to propel forward, if you want to achieve, you have to see what it feels like to fail first and to learn from your mistakes. It's in our biology. It's in our genetic code. To build ourselves, we need to fail. So don't be set back with us. You fail, you pick yourself up and you learn and you move through a nonlinear path. This is how it should work for you. As someone who graduated in 2020, I was waiting to walk, get the summa cum laude and all that. And then they say graduation is online and then jobs go offline and it's hard to get into the market and all that. You don't look at it as problems because the world got together to transition into remote work, create new opportunities. And that's what you always need to look forward to. I see a problem or I see many solutions. This is what engineering is about. Most of us here are engineers, and you need to think that you should be happy a problem exists because now you get the chance to be the first to create a solution for it. I'm sure all of us are aware of what is happening over here, right? This slide has two takeaways. The first is that we are in a very different era. We are in an era where doing things has changed, as well as learning things. The way we learn things is different. I'm sure all of us recognize these two brands or these two companies, OpenAI and DeepSeek. The first point I would like to hint out is it doesn't matter when you start. You can be the first to do something, but not always the best to be doing it. And someone with less resources, less time, more difficulties can come and bypass you and do what you have been spending a lot of time on because they worked differently. They optimized, they capitalized, and they did not say, I cannot do this. They say, okay, I have what I got. Now I will try to build something that can compete. So this is the story of DeepSeek. and how China managed to, battle with the AI giant in America. The second is when it comes to using AI, and my students here have heard me talk about it many times in class, is that use AI towards your advantage, to your benefit. Nowadays, you can predict what the professor is going to ask you. You can prepare your own exams. You can put lecture notes that you don't understand and ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek to explain it to you. And here, you can no longer say, I'm limited by resources, or my professor does not put enough example exercises, or I don't know what is going to come. You can predict it. You can test yourself. I teach programming, and I always tell my students, take the examples I put online, give it to an AI model, and tell the AI model, test me in an exam condition for 2 hours of X amount of questions. Make them vary in difficulty, and so on. Use the tools that are available to your own advantage instead of just copying or making it solve your work. You need to learn how to learn smarter, and you need to learn how to delegate your work. The programming language of the future is not Python, is not C. It is what you say, how you communicate. Back then, you could sit in a lab and do things, and you don't have to have personal skills and talk to people. But now, if you don't talk to your AI and you know how to delegate tasks to it, you'll not be able to move forward as others. You will fall behind. We are moving faster every day. It's no longer measured in months or years. One day can make a difference between a new giant coming up with new technology, with new ideas, because now they know how to ask. Learn how to ask, learn how to formulate the problem and ways to find a solution, even if you lack the technical knowledge for it. Being a mechanical engineer does not mean that you don't know how to program, right? Now you need to understand how machines work because they are all around us. From robots to machine learning models to AI and all that, you need to learn about them, about how they work and how to talk to them. Don't just be a user. Also understand what is happening behind the scenes so that you can come up with better and more creative solutions. Okay, so I can learn everything. I can just ask ChatGPT to give me all the resources, all the courses, and I can just get a degree in few weeks at home, right? Why do I still need school? The question is, do I still need it? Short answer is yes, yes, yes. Why? A school or university is a system that teaches you not the material, not the degree. It teaches you the discipline. The goal-oriented mentality that you build towards getting an A carries over to life. The A comes in different forms. It is not just a grade that's quantifiable. Later on, it becomes your wife, your husband, your family, the money that you make, the status, your job. You are in a room with 20 students, all trying to get high scores, but in the future, you will be in the field with thousands of people trying to reach towards the top or a certain goal. And this goal-oriented mentality cannot be taught online, cannot be asked through ChatGPT. You have to build it. You have to fail. You have to break down your personality and build it all the way up again and shape yourself so that you can be ready to face a harsher environment. So the university is a system that cannot be modeled. Get addicted to learning. How? We have seen Duolingo and we're all very familiar with it. You can build the triggers when you use your phone to scroll on TikTok or Instagram. Is that, it's the time to maybe study some coding for 10 minutes. There are, by the way, equivalents of Duolingo for programming and for engineering. Just 15 minutes of your day, 20 minutes of your day can make the difference in 365 days, a whole year. Trust me, you can have a certification or something that you didn't study in university by just simply scrolling through some videos, answering some questions, and practicing your mind. You build subconsciousness when it comes to new material and the dopamine that you get in a learning environment different from university. The problem that we face as educators now is that our classes became very boring. because when a student can get a lot of dopamine just from few seconds of scrolling on their phone, they come into our class, they lose interest in few minutes. But if you start building the habit of getting addicted to learning, you will start enjoying our classes again, and you will find them actually useful, and then it will feed to that system that I'm trying to tell you about, the discipline and the goal-oriented mentality. Then unleash your superpowers. You did learn, you upskilled, you leveled up, and now you can just simply build. You can go back home and build a software, build a website, build a tool to solve a problem. Because now, as someone who doesn't have programming background, I can start asking these tools. I can ask composers online how to build something, and I can even do freelance jobs. I can do remote jobs. Don't stop at what you just learned, because it's only a starting point. From all the experts we have here, they didn't tell us that their knowledge stopped at university. It was just the start. University opens a door. And when you have a suit like that and you start putting things together, you start shaping yourself to become a superhuman. You become a machine that AI cannot replace.